I cut 2 big holes in the roof of the tiny house yesterday to install some skylights. I couldn't finish before dark, and then it rained all night. Let's go see what happened. Well, we might as well look at this side right away. I didn't record this, but I got this side shingled, what was it, 3 days ago. And then yesterday, I cut the openings for the skylights, and I put the curbs on, and I started shingling. I got up to the top of the curbs, and it was basically dark. The sun was down. So I had Natalie come out and clean up all the tools and stuff that were out here. And I did what I could to stop water from coming in. We were expecting a 1/4 inch, and we got a 1/2 inch of rain last night. Let's go on the inside and see what we got. Okay, so far so good. You could see the total mess. This stuff is from the flashing. That is from cutting the hole. It's just lying right where it fell. And I don't see any water in here. Yeah, we got a good rain last night. Well, it's a 1/2 inch, but you could hear it on the roof in the house. It was so loud, and we got a lot of insulation, so that's pretty good. All right. So these skylights are just sitting on the curb. Yeah, not a drop of water in there. Yeah, that's pretty amazing. So we rushed around, like I said, and I tried to get a tarp on here, and I couldn't weight it down because the roof is too steep. Everything I was using to weight it down was sliding off, and we just had minutes to go. So what I did was had Natalie run and get the skylights, and like I said, I was up to the top up there, so I put the top curbs on, the curb flashing, and I just taped around the edges of them with duct tape, both of them, and put a line of duct tape along the top edge of the shingles. Well, let me go show you that. You could see that the tape is lifting up, but it's lifting up off of the shingles, not off the tar paper. Yeah, it's still holding really well. That's Gorilla Tape. We used some of that on our greenhouse, and it kept the area watertight for over a year. So a little bit of quick thinking, and I saved the place from getting flooded. We're gonna let things dry out a bit. We got some good wind here. The sun is supposed to come out in a little bit, and I have, I believe, it's either 2 or 3 more courses of shingles to put on, and I need to get the flashing installed permanently, and we should be good to go. I got to take these skylights back out, and when we install them permanently, they get 2 screws on each side, but basically that's it. They don't get caulked or anything like that. They just sit right on top of the curb, and a couple screws get shot in there. That is a huge relief. We shoved everything into the gator and backed it into the garage. Let's go see what we got there, get that cleaned up and organized, and we can't start work for probably 2 hours, so we'll get that set up and ready to go. Hi, Maisie May. Hi, big girl. Like I said, we just jammed everything on here. That's the tarp we tried to use. Jammed all the tools and some of the junk on here and backed it in here last night. It was actually dark when we backed this in. Okay. Everything is perfectly dry. Good, good, good. All right, let me pull this out a little bit, and we're not going to film this. I'll get this organized and ready for the day, and we'll start working in about 2 hours or so. Let me show you this real quick before I take it all off. You could see the drops of water on this duct tape. All I did was create a little place for the water to come down and then go up onto the shingles. Wherever it went on the shingles from here on down, it's not going to leak. And with this saddle flashing on the top of the curb here, that can't leak. So I just went up and around. I started peeling it off already. Went around, all the way to the end. That took, I don't know, 15 minutes, and it was really getting dark, but 0 leaks. Dry as a bone in there. Dry in here, dry everywhere. That is so awesome. All right, I'm gonna get this tape off, and then the next thing to do is nail down these saddles, and then I have to flash the tops of those. Then I can continue with the shingles and get the ridge cap on, and this will be done. The next thing to do is to cut the siding for here. I made the templates. I got to do all of that on the shop floor, but I can do that in the rain. It's going to rain now for the next 5 days, and the last day is rain mixed with snow. So this has to be done today. This is the drop dead day for this stuff. This stuff isn't as important, but if you have rain coming this way and it gets behind these, it will leak. It can leak a few times, or probably could leak all winter without having something over it, but I'll get that done on the first available day after all this rain, and all will be well. All right, I have this curb completely flashed in, and I'm going to try to show you this one. It's just so windy up there. I'm surprised it's not windy in here at all. Yeah, even right here. Completely calm. Watch what happens when we go up through here. It's just windy as all get out up here. Okay, that one's completely flashed in. So this has tar paper up under here that went, well, this one goes up to the top, and then this one caps over it. I have to flash the top of this with the sticky stuff, and then we'll push this down and flash it like that. We'll flash again over the top of this, and then we'll be done. Well, I got to tap this down a little bit. This was cut before I put it on. Then we'll be able to get this row on, and then I believe there's 2 more rows before the top. I'm going to have to trim this back a bit, and then I'll go over the top with this one as well. Then I can get my ridge shingles on. Okay, let me get this done. I'm not going to be able to film this because it's just way too windy. The wind is supposed to die down a bit. Hopefully I'll be able to film once it dies down a bit. Okay, our shingles are 13¼ inches, and the reveal is right here, and that it comes up to 9 inches to the top, or to the edge of the flashing, and they want 2 3/8 minimum of flashing at the top. Jeez, this wind. So that's 11 3/8. So that just leaves less than 2 inches at the top going across. So I believe we're just gonna put a shingle in here and then put the next shingle across. I don't think we're gonna be able to just leave that tiny little bit. Actually, Yeah, I'm gonna cut it that way. I'm not exactly sure what that's gonna do, if that's gonna flap around here, because you don't want to nail through this. You want to nail up above it. So yeah, let me think on that, and then we'll get some shingles cut and we'll get this next row in. Okay, here's what we have up there. The very first shingle would have to be cut all the way up to here, just leaving that little bit right there. So I'm just gonna put shingles in there without that piece. We'll put them here, here, and here. And then this next row right here we'll cut like that. Yeah, it's gonna get kind of thin, but I can always put a little piece like this under there, cut it from whatever, just so that it stacks up a little bit. Put a little piece of like 1 inch under there. Yeah, that's probably what I'll do. Just shove some under there for spacing. And then this next one, we'll get that cut off of it. And the spacing will be correct on, well, the spacing will be correct on the next two anyways. And this final one will get cut like right here, nailed in place, and then the ridge cap will go right over that. Okay, that's the plan. So we're just cutting these to fit in between, and then we'll notch out on the next one. Okay, it's time to wrap up these series of videos of me putting this roof and shingles in. It is completely done. Where it hangs off the edge, that's getting trimmed flush next year, and we're going to be putting the addition on here. So I'm just going to leave it like that over the winter. I can't glue the shingles down or anything, because that's going to get step flashing next year. It's looking real good. In today's video, there's a huge mess inside there. I'm going to go in there and clean up out here, get the place all tidied up. I still have to put that T111 on that top part. That'll be, a couple more days for that video. Also, in today's video, I'm going to install the window on the other side and do the last of the stapling on this house wrap. And by today's video, I mean video that I shoot today. It'll be out in 2 or 3 videos. So if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.